Hey y'all. Okay, so this is literally like my first time ever doing like a video type shindig, and I usually am always goofy like on my Snapchats and like my Instagram and stuff. Like I'm always goofy, I'm always like weird and whatever else, but I've been going through a really tough time and it makes me emotional. Okay, I actually wrote some stuff down so I could actually talk about it because I knew that this would happen, but I'm a mess. I've been a mess for a while. Just struggling with a few things and just like facing reality, and like, I know I put up a front all the time like life is great, like life is pretty freaking great. Like God let me wake up this morning to enjoy like another day, so I'm not gonna complain, but like I'm taking a lot of it for granted because we only have one life, and I feel like I'm just sulking and I'm just wallowing in kind of self-pity to a certain extent, but I'm also like not living life to the fullest because I know God has such like a big plan for me, and I'm just settling. So I'm so sorry about all that. Like I'm bad. So anyway, so I wrote some things down that I struggle with, and before I get started, I want you guys to know, like, I have dealt with depression and anxiety for at least going on almost 2 years now. I've been in and out of the doctors. I almost been removed from college because my mom got so worried. I've done counseling. I've done a little bit of everything. And I know that this is like some raw type stuff, but like I'm not here to, I don't want anybody's pity, but I also want people to understand, like, we all go through this stuff, and I feel like talking about it helps. So that's why I feel like it's time for me to open up about it just to a certain degree. Because there's a lot of it that like my family doesn't really know, because I feel like they've dealt with, and it makes me emotional again, I feel like they've dealt with so much. And I know that they're always going to be there for me. I know that the people in my life are always going to be there for me. But I struggle sharing my issues with anyone else. Like I feel like I just don't want help, and I've dealt with that with my mom for a long time, just through like my parents like getting divorced when they were when I was really young, and taking care of my siblings. Like I just kind of like stepped up in that role, and in that sense I just don't want help is what I'm trying to say. I'm rambling, whatever, sorry. Okay, so anyways, so two things that I'm letting you guys know is, one, I've already dealt with depression, anxiety for not for a long time, but I've dealt with it for a good while now, to kind of realize and recognize exactly like what it is and what it feels like, and how to kind of like pick up on it when you see people around you that could be struggling. And two, like I just said, like I've never wanted help. I don't want help when it comes to furnishing my apartment. My mom, my family has done everything they could to try and help me. I just don't want it. I want to be able to be like, you know what, I can do this, and I'm an independent woman, but it's okay to ask for help. So what I've been dealing with for a hot minute, especially like here lately, since I came back to school in January, was I've had sleepless nights. I've been binge eating a lot lately, which I've dealt with that I feel like my whole life. I've also been missing school, and a lot of y'all, I'm not sure if you know, but I'm a double business major here at Coastal Carolina. I graduate in May. I'm a double business major in management and marketing. My focus is entrepreneurship. So, y'all, I'm at the end of the freaking race, and I am struggling. I'm perfectly content getting poor grades because I'm turning stuff in late. I'm content laying and wallowing and in bed, like doing absolutely nothing, yet sitting here and like stressing myself out more by not doing these things. I lay in bed 24/7. I want it pitch black. And as everybody that knows me, even some of my closest friends that I've gotten really close to recently, Alexander, Nicole, whatever, they know, even my mom knows, I like to wake up to light. I want it to be bright. That's just the kind of person I am. Okay, yes, I wear dark colors and stuff all the time, but I love light. You see right now in my living room, those blinds drop. They're meant to stay down so people can't see into your home. Negative Ghost Rider. I leave mine open 24/7. In my bedroom, it's pitch black, and usually, I don't care if they see me buck naked. I have my windows up to the very top. I want as much light as I can get inside my I guess my house, but I live in an apartment, but whatever, you know what I'm saying. I like to wake up knowing that I've been blessed with another day. And I feel like light and the sun and all that kind of stuff, I feel like that signifies positivity. It radiates like happiness. So I think that's, I mean, my parents tried to get my windows tinted back home because the sun would blare and I'd be roasting my balls off. And I argued. I didn't want it. I want that sun. I want to roast weenies waking up early in the morning. Sweet. Okay. Back to being, y'all, I swear, like, I can be serious, but I know I'm struggling. I'm almost so ADHD, y'all, if you haven't been able to tell. But I've also been spending money excessively, y'all. I got my taxes back. I got like $1,500, and then I got another check in the mail reimbursing me another $1,500. Not even in a full week, y'all, I've gone through $1,500 on miscellaneous stuff, like not even stuff that's benefiting me. Like I have nothing to show for it. I'm eating it. I'm pretty much just this. Mom, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say pissing it away, but that's very unladylike. But I'm practically just throwing out the window, and I have nothing to show for it. So, and again, finances, and I'm just throwing my money away. It causes unnecessary stress. Me wallowing around in my bed for self-pity, giving myself self-pity, which is a big old fat negative I don't need to be doing. I'm doing that to my own self. And I have to put my foot down and say, I'm not doing this anymore. So with all that being said, I feel like a lot of people struggle with stuff and they're afraid to open up to people that think that they are strong because they don't want to show, I guess, like a sense of weakness. And it's okay to be weak. Like, y'all, I am the most stubborn, the most hardest, like, I'm the most weirdest. When it comes to things, I'm particular. I want things done a certain way. And if I don't have some sort of control over it, I'm stressed the heck out. Like, you better clear the way because Big Mama Helga over here is coming down. She's coming through that alleyway full speed and, like, not stopping. Because it stresses me out. So with that, I want you guys to know, like, stop getting stressed out over things that you can't control. Like, for me, spending money excessively, laying in the bed 24/7 pitch black, missing school, binge eating, that's all on me. That's something that I can put an end to, but instead, I choose to just pout, sulk, and just accept depression, accept anxiety, and that's not okay. I also deal with sleepless nights, but I've always struggled with like not sleeping and stuff like that. But all the other things, we can control those. So why do we allow ourselves to accept things like these when we can control those things? We can put a stop to those. But instead, we allow unnecessary factors like in our lives, like say you're scheduled for work and you all of a sudden you have an assignment that you completely forgot about. You can't control that, so you make the most of the situation. But for me, for these 4 out of the 5 things that I've been struggling with, I put a stop to that. Nobody else can put an end to it. I have to. I have to want it. People can try to help and motivate me and try to pick me up and drive my butt to school. But no, I have to want it. And until I want it, things will never change. So some of my takeaway things for you guys is don't be afraid to ask for help. Like, I'm telling you all, I am so freaking stubborn. I've always been independent. I've always wanted to, I will give you the shirt off my back and I will do anything and everything to make everyone else around me happy. Like, money to me, like, I could have $5 in my bank account and you have all 5, honey. Like, take it. I don't need it. As long as you're happy, I don't care. But I never sit there and consider my own happiness. And I feel like that's very important. I feel like everybody has like a crazy schedule, whether it's school or whether it's work and like getting the gym in and stuff like that. But I also feel like you have to make time for yourself. And I feel like even if that's sitting in the bathtub at night for 5, 10, 15 minutes, make time for yourself. Allow yourself to escape from the stress, the unnecessary stress that not only you bring upon yourself, but just life in general. And I don't know, I know I touched on this, but like taking life for granted, like there's only one you, y'all. There's only one you out in this world. So when it comes to like insecurities, which I've struggled with significantly, like in my last relationship, oh my gosh, y'all. I was insecurities absolutely ruined me. I would sit there and be like I hate her. Like, what, honey, what are you looking at? And I would be like pissed off. I'd be angry all the time. And these people probably didn't even have an opinion of me. They could have been like, oh wow, like, do you know Hannah? She's so sweet. They may not even have anything to say about me, but yeah, I make up these things in my mind like, oh my gosh, like they hate me so much, which they don't. And when you allow opinions from other people to consume you, that's the moment it's going to affect your character, because you're going to project hostility. You're going to have anger. You're not going to be approachable. And you know what? You put off a vibe that everybody else is going to sense. So that situation that you're in, or that environment you're in, that's what they're going to portray. So again, they say you give what you get. If you give off the hate or the resting chotch face, which, honey, do you? But if you like people are going to form opinions, or people are just going to, you're going to think, because your life is so not how you want it to be, you're going to sit there and make up all these things in your mind. And again, if people want to talk about you, honey, let them freaking talk about you, because again, God made one of you. One. You have that power, dude. There is one of you, and there's nothing else in this world like you. So don't change. Be who you are. Accept, and find that peace. I don't care what, you know what? You know what my peace is? And this is embarrassing, because I know when I get older, y'all, I'm going to struggle, and I'm going to have diabetes. Because I eat candy, y'all. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And when I say binge, y'all, I will buy 2 bags of lollipops, and I'll finish them. Don't judge me. 1 to 2 nights. That's like 20, that's 40 suckers, y'all. But if anybody ever wants to give me anything, give me Blow Pops. I like the cherry. Don't like watermelon and grape. Okay. Anyway. ADHD, y'all. Adderall is wearing off. What was I trying to say? Okay. Yeah, so there's only one you. So live your life to the fullest. Stop trying to live up to expectations that you know are unrealistic. Like, put your feet on the freaking ground and get moving. If you struggle with things, ask for help. Stop sitting there and wallowing in self-pity, because I'm telling you, for me, it was my biggest mistake, y'all. Like, I made my situation way worse. I did things that I absolutely regret because I never wanted help. And it took to the point where, which I'll talk about this in another video one day. It took me to the point where, it's like, this is so emotional, but like it took the point where, I had my sister, my senior year, walk in on me, and I had done some stuff that I absolutely regretted, but I also had made her a promise that I would never do it again. And I, of course, like, this is bad, and I usually don't make promises that I can't keep, but I fell back on that over and over and over again. And this time last year was when my parents tried to pull me out of school. And it just came down to, like, I didn't want help. I didn't want to admit that I needed help. I was just going through a really tough time. And it's, like, really sad looking back on it, because I was hurting and nothing was helping. And I constantly I accepted the fact that life had consumed me, that I just had accepted the fact that, like, I'm not coming out of this. My mom would get phone calls about, like, anyway, okay, I'm just gonna change the subject because this makes me super emotional. But anyways, like, don't take things for granted. Ask for help. we all struggle. I know I put up a front, like, I, like, live such a crazy, fun life, and I really do. Like, I love to have fun, but, like, I do have my days where I, like, I can't handle things, and it's a time that, like, I need to ask for help. And, like, I want you guys to know, like, if you need help and you just don't want to feel judged, or you want to talk to people that don't know you, you don't want to feel judged, like, talk to me. Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the freaking boogeyman. Like, I mean, okay, a little bit, but, like, I'm still going to hear you out. Like, I'm telling you, when you think that there are not people there for you, there are people like me who I act like my freaking life is a shiz show. Like, everything's a joke to me. And I know that's so bad, but, like, y'all don't understand. Like, there's so much about me that eventually I'm just going to open up about it, because I feel like it's time to kind of talk about it, because I've grown from it and it's turned me into who I am today. But there are people out there for you, and you should ask for help. Again, like, don't let the ideas of other people consume you, because it affects your character. Like, don't, because then again, you're gonna have more negativity in your life, and that's that's the last thing that you want. Then my key thing today. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this whole video thing is, well, yes, one, because I've been dealing with a crazy amount of things going on lately, just like whatever, I've already explained it. But today I went to the gym and I ran 6.5 miles under an hour. And y'all, I've not done that since I had trained for my marathon thing for Disney. And I have not run, I haven't even been in the gym since this entire past week, because, you know, I'm going through so much stuff, and, like, a lot of things were brought on to me that I didn't ever expect to, like, I knew it was coming, but then I never truly accepted the fact, or, like, the idea that, okay, eventually it's going to come, but am I going to mentally be prepared for it? And I was not. But anyway, so I went running, and I was sitting there, and I felt like giving up. And I sat there, and I had my music on, obviously, and the sun was going down, and I was just, like, overseeing, like, our pool and stuff at the, because at my apartment, our gym overlooks, like, the pool area and, like, the fire pits and stuff like that. But, I just sat there thinking, like, I give up. Like, I cannot breathe, y'all. Like, I've not ran in so long. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, my toenail, I'm not going to talk about that, but my toenails fall off, y'all. I wear literally toe condoms off Amazon. They're like little rubber pieces so that my toenails don't keep falling off, because they fall off all the time. But I was just overlooking, and I was just sitting there like, we take this life we live for granted, y'all. We really do. Like, first off, I mean, the sunset, if you can't see up here, I mean, honey, God has painted this portrait for us to enjoy, and he did a dang good job. He also gave us the life to live and to make decisions on our own. He allows room for error. He allows us to make mistakes, but he also made, again, one of us. You are what you put in. So if you make the best of every situation, usually you're going to come out on top. Even though sometimes it's okay just to, like, fall and crumble. But here I am running 6 miles and, like, oh, I want to give up. Like, I can't do this. When you have people out there that can't run, that can't stand or walk, and have never been able to do that. And for me, I sat there thinking, like, Hannah, come on, 15 more minutes. Like, push, like, crank it up to 7, like, for the speed of 7. Like, just sprint it out. Come on, like, you can do this. And I sat there and I'm like, you never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. I may have this ability to run 15 miles a freaking day, but anything could happen tomorrow that could completely take that ability away from me. Something that I enjoy, and something that I tell myself, oh, I can't do this. Oh, let me just give up. Let me just throw in the towel. Like, I give up. No, we take this life for granted. And today when I was running, and I did finish, y'all, I also said a few other things to myself under my breath, like, get it together, fatty, or, no, just kidding. I did say that. No, but I just say these things to myself, but I'm like, God is so good that he's given people these different abilities and these different strengths in life, knowing that at some point we're going to fall. And for me, my point in falling, I knew at some point in life I was going to fall. And I never expected myself to fall this hard, because also, like, softball was my absolute life. So as you can tell, I've had shoulder surgeries, whatever. When I lost softball, I thought that was my whole world ended. But never did I know, or never did I realize that God had a bigger purpose for me. And I'm freaking blessed with that. I mean, he gave me the love to run, y'all. And I'm not kidding you. Yes, running, like, what kind of drugs are you on, Hannah? But running is the best exercise I feel like I could do. It's like the gateway drug for me. Like, it's an escape. It gives you time to think. You can remove yourself from the world. And I feel so good, y'all. This past week and the week before, it's been absolutely, I don't even know what kind of word to describe it, but I went running. I made this step instead of me sitting there and accepting the idea of sitting at home binge eating, or me just sleeping my days away in pitch black, or me going out and spending money excessively. I decided that, one, instead of binge eating, I'm going to go get active. Two, instead of sitting in pitch black, go outside and see the true beauty of what God created. He painted this picture for us. Why would I sit here in a black room and not appreciate the life he has given me? And I didn't spend money. I'm sure I spent money somewhere, like a subscription or some bull crap came out of my phone. But anyways, so again, thank you guys for listening, and it's okay to not be okay, but ask for help. Be okay asking for help, because it's the only way you're going to get through things. Don't expect to just like get through these things by yourself, because yes, you might be able to, but why do it alone, you know? So you're not alone. There's only one you. So live your life to the fullest, and when you struggle, you have people to pick you back up. So thank you for not making me feel crazy weird for getting emotional, because y'all, I don't usually, okay, I'm a drama queen and I get emotional, but like, this is a whole nother level. But bye. Thank you for listening. Okay, real quick, I had to come back on because I feel like again, y'all, I'm so freaking weird, but I feel like I really do need to like shout my parents out to a certain extent, because my mom and my stepdad have done anything and everything they could to like help me through the things that I've struggled with. They've accepted me, and I don't want to get emotional, but like my mom is my biggest blessing, and so is my stepdad. Like, I could not have done this. I could not have gotten through the things that I have been going through without y'all. And just thank you for not giving up on me and just taking everything that I was going through with like a grain of salt, and like giving me the advice that I needed when I thought that like life wasn't gonna get better, because life did get better. Thank you. Like, it makes me super emotional, because me and my mom have gone like at it so many times. Like, I don't know how the heck she even puts up with me, because I am the most, like, I'm a freaking firecracker, y'all. But like, I put her through the ringer, and she's always been there. I don't know why this makes me so emotional, because like, I have the best freaking mom anyway, so I already knew all of this, but like, like I feel like I could sob right now. But Mama, I love you so much. I'll forever be your little firecracker and your little, your sunshine, as I have stickers everywhere from you always saying that and stuff. But just thank you to my mom and my dad. And yes, my brother and my sisters, of course, like, they didn't always know the full extent to it, because I didn't want them to see like the stronger sister, or not really the stronger sister, that's a horrible thing to say, but like saying the girl that's always been strong, the girl that stepped in like when we were young, and kind of took on like the mother role when when we would go back and forth from parents. But I'm ADHD. Anyways, but at some point, me and my mom always like were button heads and stuff like that, and it goes back to like I never thought that I was gonna overcome this stuff. Like I went to counseling and I went to so much crazy stuff. And my mom and them, they were always there in all hours of the night. I would sit there and cry and she would cry with me. And even though like at the time, like things that she was saying didn't make things necessarily, it didn't take the pain and like what I was feeling away. But in that time being, it was somebody was there for me, whether it was just to listen or just to hear me cry or just to check in on me. So Mama and Dad, or Richard's my dad, y'all. But I have 2 dads. Cool dads. But they were always there for me, and I'm so blessed. So, sorry you couldn't have as cool as parents as me. Hey, but I will share. Only on Sundays, okay? Also, a lot of people don't like to use the whole pack, but I do, because, you know, mentally I think that it gets more of the impurities that I need gone. So, if you want to do all of it, do you, honey, because I'm extra with everything I do. So I'm going to get a little extra mask going on just so I can feel a little like myself for the day. Extra.